We keep tons of stuff inside of our RV storage compartment, but how much do you really need? Well, if you're an RV newbie, we've boiled down 15 essential items that you need for RV camping. Hi everybody, Mike from RVBlogger here in front of the camera, and Susan's behind the camera, and we were RV newbies one time too. We didn't know what gear we needed on our RV. We sort of figured it out as we went along. And so if you're an RV newbie and you would like to know what gear we keep on board that we consider essential items for RVing, stick around. We've got a whole list of them for you to check out. Hey, if you've seen our channel before, welcome back. And if this is your first time seeing us, welcome aboard. Susan and I make tons of YouTube videos all about RVing. We also have our website, RVBlogger.com, where we have lots of articles and resources that you can use to learn all about RVing as well. And we also started a Facebook group called RV Camping for Newbies, where you can join in, talk with other RVers, and learn all about RVing as well. Today, though, we're going to talk about 15 essential items that you need to keep on board your RV when you're just starting out. So the first item that we think you need to keep on board is a dedicated fresh water hose. Now these hoses are typically white in color. That way you don't confuse them with another green garden hose or any other hose. And we use the Never Kink hose because we've just found that it's very durable, very long lasting, and one of the weakest points of any RV plumbing system is the hose that's outside that connects from the water source to your RV. So we love our Never Kink. We've had the thing for years and never had a problem with it. We even froze it one time and it didn't bust then. So it's a pretty strong, durable hose. We really like it. So you have to have a water hose to get started. Number two thing that you'll need, though, to go along with the water hose is a water pressure regulator. Now a water pressure regulator, like ours here, you'll notice has a gauge on it. And then you can use this screw right here, and that helps you to adjust what the water pressure is. The reason that you want to adjust your water pressure is to make sure that you get somewhere between 40 and 60 psi into your RV so that you don't blow out any plumbing fixtures or any plumbing fittings and have a leak. Sometimes some of the campgrounds have really high water pressure and it's too much for your RV and it can actually damage some of the plumbing inside. So a good pressure regulator prevents all of that from happening. The third most important thing that you need to have is a surge protector. Now we use a surge protector from Progressive Industries. This just plugs right into the power pole and then your RV plugs into the surge protector. Now a surge protector works two different ways. One way is the most obvious way. It prevents a big surge of electricity from entering into your RV and blowing out any electronics that you have. For example, your TV, maybe your refrigerator. In our case, we always have our computers, cameras, microphones, all kinds of stuff plugged in. We certainly don't want a power surge to blow out all that stuff. But the other reason that a surge protector is necessary is because some older campgrounds actually don't deliver quite enough electricity to your RV. The voltage is just a little on the low side. And it won't blow things out right away, but what happens is over time, your refrigerator motor, any TVs, things like that, can actually deteriorate faster and they'll blow out sooner than they should. So we really want to protect from surges of electricity or not enough, and the surge protector will cover you in both cases. The fourth most important thing to have in your RV is an RV sewer hose. You have to have one of these. Now, there are a lot of sewer hoses out there on the market. You can buy them at Walmart or wherever, or even Kmart, whatever, but you don't really want to get a cheap $10 sewer hose. We recommend the RhinoFlex sewer hose. It's super heavy duty. You can stand on this thing without damaging it. And the other nice feature is it comes with a clear elbow. So when you're flushing out your tanks, you can tell when the water's clear and everything's good to go. Time to pack it up and put it away. And it also comes with end caps, which we think is fantastic because, you know, these hoses can be drippy when you pack them. So you put the end caps on it, no water escapes, everything stays in the hose. And then when you put your hose away, it doesn't contaminate either your storage bin or your storage compartment. The next essential item that you need to keep on board your RV are leveling blocks. And that's because it's important to, when you get to your campsite, to level up. It's important for a couple of reasons. Number one, when you're inside your RV, you just want it to feel level, so when you're walking around in there, it's comfortable and you don't feel like you're falling from side to side. In our case, I like the bed to be a little higher in the back, so we like the back of our RV to be a little higher than the front. But the other big reason is you need to level up because your refrigerator works most efficiently when your RV is as level as you can get it. So a good set of leveling blocks is a must-have item. The next essential item that you'll need to keep on board your RV is just a set of chocks, just some simple wheel chocks. These actually fit with our leveling blocks, but in this case I just used one by itself. Just keeps your RV a little more stable and it'll keep it from rolling, especially if you're parked on a hill. So it's an important safety item to keep on board. The next essential item to keep on board when you're RVing is a good emergency roadside kit. This is one of those items that you may never actually use, but when you need it and you don't have it, you'll sure wish you had it. In a good side emergency roadside kit, you'll have jumper cables, a tow rope, tire pressure gauge, a reflector, things like that, that keep you safe if you're on the road and you break down. The next essential item for RV newbies to keep on board is a fire extinguisher. Now, if you buy a new camper, you're probably going to have a fire extinguisher on board. If you buy a used camper, most likely you'll have a fire extinguisher on board, not always. And if you buy a little bit of an older RV, the fire extinguisher that you have on board might be as old as the RV, so you'll need to check it and make sure you buy a newer one. But no matter what circumstance you're in, just make sure you have a fire extinguisher on board. Another really important resource to have when you're an RV newbie is an app on your phone that is specific to getting around in an RV. And what I mean by that is you can't use like Waze or Google Maps to get around. Susan and I made that mistake when we were newbies, and we ended up getting stuck under a bridge that we couldn't fit under. When you get an app that's specific for RVers, it allows you to enter in like how tall your RV is and how much it weighs. And then it will send you on a route to your campground where you won't get stuck on a bridge that you can't cross because you're too heavy, or under a bridge because you're too tall. So just get yourself a good app that you can load up on your phone, and then you'll be able to make your way around. Or another good option is to just have a road atlas as well. We like this because it just gives us a general sense of where we are while we're traveling. It may not exactly match what's on the app, but at least you have a good sense of where you're heading and a couple ways to get there. Another great item to keep on board your RV is just a simple first aid kit. You never know, you're going to get nicked or scratched or get a bee sting or something like that, and a first aid kit really does come in handy, especially if you have kids or grandkids running around outside camping as well. Another really great item to keep on board is, of course, your toilet chemicals. The toilet chemical keeps the tank and the toilet from smelling up your RV, so it's really important that you make sure you use that. And then finally, RV toilet paper specific for RVs or marine boats. The reason that you need to use that is because this toilet paper is specially made so that it breaks down and deteriorates faster in your black tank, and that'll prevent your tank from getting any clogs or anything along those lines. Now, some people argue that you can just use toilet paper from home, and if you're a full-time RVer and you're constantly filling and emptying your black tank, then I would say, yeah, okay, maybe you could use some residential toilet papers. But if you're just a vacationer or a weekend warrior, you don't get out as often, your RV sits in between trips, I highly recommend that you use RV toilet paper just so you avoid any clogging or toilet paper hanging up on the sensors inside the black tank. Another really important item to keep on board your RV is just a toolbox full of tools. You never know when you're going to have to fix something out on the road, like adjust your bike brakes, or just last night one of the bolts fell out of my chair. I had to fix it while we were here, and I had my toolbox, so I had a screwdriver and a pair of pliers and things like that I would need to be able to just make any minor repairs that happen to come up. Our next essential RV newbie camping item is a nice, comfy camping chair. Now, some people are going to argue that a camping chair isn't really a necessity, but I think it is. I mean, if you're going to spend time sitting around your campfire in the evening, you want to be comfortable. It sure beats sitting at the picnic table or trying to drag the picnic table over close to the fire. So in my opinion, having a good camping chair is absolutely a necessity. And then our final RV Newbie necessity item is kind of a bonus tip. It's kind of a secret that we keep. I'm a little embarrassed to share it actually, but when you go to the campground and you buy camp wood, most of this wood is not seasoned. And what that means is that it's still green or it's still wet. It's real heavy because it's got so much moisture in it. And it doesn't really burn very well at all. And so you end up with a smoky fire that really doesn't light up very well. And so I never leave home, ever, without bringing Duraflame logs along. And the reason I use these is I light the Duraflame log first. That goes on the bottom of the campfire. And then I take my camp wood and put it on the Duraflame log. Now the Duraflame log makes sure I have a nice hot fire that just keeps going, and it just helps the camp logs burn way, way better. So our final tip is use these Duraflame logs to have a really nice campfire every evening. Now, I'm sure some of you are going to say that I missed some real essentials that RV newbies need, and I'm sure that I have. So please mention them in the comments down below. That way everyone can read all about whatever you think RV essentials are as well. And we would like to check out your items also. So please list them in the comments down below. And speaking of check it out, if you'd like to check out some of our other videos, please just click right over here. You can click one of those boxes, check out one of our other videos, and also remember to subscribe to the RVBlogger YouTube channel and hit the notification bell when you do, so you'll be notified every week when we come out with a brand new video. So for Mike and Susan, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.